Well, hello everyone. This is Frankie25, and I am here with Beanboi.
Hello.
And today we're going to be reacting to six
Six most disturbing
disturbing
internet
internet
rabbit
rabbit
holes.
holes. Yay! Can't wait to see this.
What the hell?
Can't wait to shed my pants.
Yeah, same.
Oh God, no! Don't shit yours because I'm down here right by your ass.
Oh. Alrighty, and this video is by Chillin' Scares. You've probably seen it before on Zach Beal TV's live channel, which still happens to be right there. Uh,
Spontaneous human combustion.
Spontaneous human combustion?
yes. Cat!
Ah! Oh my God!
Good job. Alright.
At around 8 a.m. on July 2nd, 1951, a woman named Pansy Carpenter received a telegram. It was addressed to one of her tenants, a 67-year-old woman named Mary
67-year-old?
Yes.
Bruh.
Same here.
Hardy Reeser. She went to Reeser's apartment to deliver the telegram, but despite calling out to her multiple times, Pansy didn't receive any response. She tried to open the door, but the doorknob to Reeser's apartment was uncomfortably hot to the touch. Unsure of what to do next, Pansy called the police.
Okay, Doc Hudson. Good lord, that's old. No, that's literally a Hudson Hornet.
Yeah, but didn't he say what year this happened?
Any response. She tried to open the door,
I think
but
he
the doorknob
said... Hold on.
on July 2nd, 1951,
July 2nd, 1951.
Okay, that makes sense.
a woman named Pansy Carpenter received a telegram. It was addressed to one of her tenants, a 67-year-old woman named Mary Hardy Reeser. She went to Reeser's apartment to deliver the telegram, but despite calling out to her multiple times, Pansy didn't receive any response. She tried to open the door, but the doorknob to Reeser's apartment was uncomfortably hot to the touch. Unsure of what to do next, Pansy called the police.
Yeah.
After arriving on the scene, officers opened
Sorry, what are you looking up? I see no difference. If Doc Hudson was a police officer in the cars.
They're literally both Hudson Hornets.
Yay.
the door by force. However, what they saw behind that door would haunt them for the rest of their lives. Reeser was gone. In her place was a pile of ashes scattered across the floor. Upon closer inspection, officers found part of her left foot still wearing a slipper along with fragments of her backbone. Even more bizarrely, later reports mentioned that her skull had shrunk to the size of a teacup. What made the discovery even stranger was still wearing a slipper along with fragments of her backbone. Even more bizarrely, later reports mentioned that her skull had shrunk to the size of a teacup. What made the discovery even stranger
I don't know.
was the condition of the apartment.
No.
The fire that
Beats me. Get on my head, please.
had consumed Reeser's body was confined to a shockingly small area.
It was contained to a small area.
Oh.
The surrounding furniture remained untouched. In his report, St.
The furniture
Petersburg
was
Police
not
Chief
touched.
J.R.
The
Reichert stated,
surrounding.
"We request any information or theories that could explain how a human body could be so destroyed and the fire confined to such a small area and so little damage done to the structure of the building and the furniture in the room not even scorched or damaged by smoke."
On July 7th, 1951, St. Petersburg J.R. I don't even know how the hell to say his name. The police chief sent a box of evidence to the scene to FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover. He included glass fragments found in the ashes, 6 small objects thought to be teeth, a section of carpet, and a surviving shoe. He said, including a note saying, "We request any information or theories on that could explain how a human body could be so destroyed in fire confined to such a small area and so little damage done to the structure of the building and the furniture in the room not even being scorched or damaged by smoke.
Oh.
Holy fuck! I felt like I'm reading that. I never read fast because I stutter.
Reeser's death became one of the most infamous cases of what is now referred to as spontaneous human combustion. This phenomenon describes cases where people seemingly ignite and burn to ashes without any external fuel source.
They just randomly explode in a gulf of fire and nothing else happens, I guess.
Leaving behind only a few remains, like a leg or a hand. A similar thing happened to physician John Irving Bentley in 1966, where the only thing left of him was the lower part of his right leg.
Lower part of the leg.
That's her foot, isn't it?
That's his whole leg.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh.
How did I miss my space bar?
I don't know.
I missed it again.
And the rest was burned to ashes. Later in 1979, another case made headlines. A 50.
Oh!
God, what is that?
That's her legs.
Oh.
1-year-old woman named Beatrice Oski suffered from the same fate on Thanksgiving in a village in Bolingbrook, Illinois. And
it happened
as
in
absurd
Illinois.
as the concept of
God.
Good heavens.
Those are her arms, isn't it?
Those are legs.
Oh, God, they're still her legs.
humans unexplainably catching fire sounds, it's definitely not a hoax or legend. One of the earliest documented cases of spontaneous human combustion was recorded in 1746 when Paul
died of an explosion, basically, right?
1746. Good heavens.
Rowley wrote about the mysterious death
Thank you.
of Countess Cornelia Zangari Bondi.
What?
His name's absolutely fucking hilarious.
Earliest documented cases of spontaneous human combustion was recorded in 1746 when Paul Rowley wrote about the mysterious death of Countess Cornelia Zangari Bondi. Since
I may have a theory why they randomly explode up in a ball of fire. They're fat. They have like alcohol or something leaking out of their pores or whatever, and there's a fuel source nearby that causes the fire. So we literally act like a fucking torch to fire.
then, dozens of similar incidents have been reported across the world. One of the recent examples of this phenomenon was in Sequoia County, Oklahoma in 2013.
2013, the latest one happened.
Damn.
Working across teams.
God damn it, Ad.
Fuck you!
Is still undetermined where they found a man dead inside his home, but the sheriff says he isn't ruling out spontaneous human combustion as one of those causes. Investigators say they found a man dead from a fire lying on the kitchen floor, but the sheriff says there were only reports of smoke coming from the house. Fire investigators who have years of experience say they've never heard or seen anything like this before.
How could you not? Well, it's probably not that well documented of spontaneous human combustion.
I'll give you
I really would like to see the coroner's report on this one after it goes to the state crime lab.
So, what's going on? How could a human body that's around 60% water go up in flames? Of course, some theories lean into the bizarre, claiming phenomenon like poltergeist activity.
I don't believe in ghosts.
What the fuck?
I literally find it hard to believe ghosts exist anymore.
Lightning strikes, or even unexplained cosmic forces.
Shit.
There's even
They survived. They were inside a vehicle.
I know, but still.
speculation about a mysterious subatomic particle called a pyrotron that allegedly ignites human bodies.
What the fuck is a pyrotron?
Oh, I'm afraid of...
Oh. Kinda like that. Okay.
But why they had to blur it out?
But
Because
these
it's
ideas
probably burning a body.
are for the most part easily dismissible. The people making these claims don't have any real evidence to back them up. That said, we can get some idea of what's going on after taking a closer look at all of the reported cases. And after sifting through most of them, I noticed some similarities between the victims. Notably, many of them were elderly and on the heavier side when it came to weight,
Elderly and on the heavier side.
had an unhealthy drinking or smoking
Unhealthy smoking or alcohol
problem, and a potential source of fire was nearby,
and a source of fire was nearby, so I was kind of correct.
like a burning stove or fireplace.
Still
Researchers have noticed
yeah.
these similarities as well and have proposed the wick effect theory. To understand this theory, think of how a candle works.
To understand how, oh my good heavens.
Oh my god, these are big!
From what they're talking about is, those are, what kind of Oreo?
Mega stuff.
That's what he means by it's big.
Yeah, don't take it out of context.
You dirty-minded people.
When we light the wick on
No.
fire, it uses the wax surrounding it as fuel to burn for an extremely long time. So, according to the wick effect theory, something like this must have happened. The fire likely started from an external source like a lit cigarette or a spark from the fireplace igniting the victim's clothes. The person was either passed out from drinking or was too weak to immediately put the fire out. Or before the clothes could burn off, the fat stored in their bodies started acting like the wax in a candle, making them burn until there was nothing left. This would also explain the bizarre burning pattern where the torso is completely incinerated and the legs are left behind, since we carry most of our fat content in our abdominal region and very little in our legs. Unfortunately, experiments performed to prove this theory haven't been very successful. For instance, back in 2016,
You entertain the viewers and continue watching the video. I need to use the restroom real quick.
Okay.
You could just sit up on my seat.
Alright.
Are you here?
Yeah, go ahead. Put that right in my face.
Shut up.
Hey, now I'm getting up. Oh, but. Damn. Damn, he's taller than me. How does he fit through here? Skinny ass. Okay. But hello. I'm gonna be taking over until he gets back.
BBC decided to recreate the conditions of the wick effect with a pig carcass. And while its body was completely roasted, it didn't disintegrate into ash like the many cases of human combustion. That's simply because the fire fueled by fat tissue doesn't have the temperature required for what's essentially cremation. Back in 2012, biologist Brian J. Ford tried to explain the high temperature requirements in his 2012 paper titled Solving the Mystery of Spontaneous Human Combustion. According to Brian, factors like alcoholism or low-carb dieting produce acetone in our bodies, which is the same chemical found in paint thinner. Now, acetone is extremely flammable and can easily reach temperatures that would turn a person into nothing but ash. Brian also created small puppets out of pig meat, coated them with acetone, and lit them on fire. The puppets burned for about 30 minutes and left only the legs intact, just like with the human cases. But if Brian's theory is correct, it still doesn't explain why spontaneous human combustion is so rare. If all it takes is alcohol and a specific diet, why aren't we seeing more cases of this phenomenon? Especially now that there are cameras everywhere. Unfortunately, we have no answer for that. It might turn out to be something
Or it could be that she could be possibly drinking. Like, she could be just sitting down. And she could be having a beverage of alcohol. I don't know, this is my theory though. Because, I mean, Beanboi just said about possibly being an alcoholic, but you never know. She could have drank, and that happened. Oh, speaking of Beanboi, here he is.
I have returned from the restroom.
Oh god. Well, see, how do you fit through here? You're taller.
Sheer fucking luck.
That's the thing. You're taller than me.
Yeah. By like what, a whole 2 feet?
I'm not that short.
Alright.
Hey, back onto the floor with me.
completely different from what we believe.
Bro looks like
Nice
Robin
ass.
Williams. What?
Nothing. I hope it didn't catch me saying that.
right now. But this phenomenon of humans burning to ash without damaging their surroundings is real. And it's just a matter of time before someone uncovers the truth behind this disturbing rabbit hole.
We are gardeners.
Don't look at me like that.
Since you're already playing games anyway, why not earn some free rewards while you're at it? All you need to do is download Buff, let it run in the...
Before we move on, I want
God damn it.
to vulnerable to those acts of terror.
Oh. The next one up is a pretty controversial topic that I do not feel too comfortable sitting through.
Case and spend
The OKC BOMBING.
tons of money just to confirm or deny the theories floating on the
I don't feel
internet,
comfortable talking
by a
about
person
Same here.
What the fuck?
What?
named Matthew/C++. It was already an extremely bizarre and overly complicated game with nonsensical
What am I
rules and
looking at?
mathematical
You're
equations.
looking at
However, the
that.
author changed its name
You're
to
looking at the
Hybrid
problem.
and kept updating the game over the upcoming years.
2000, 2001, mid 2002, end of 2002. What the fuck am I looking at?
I don't know. It's a hyper.
And with
Hybrid.
each update, the game got more and more complicated. As it stands right now, Hybrid has a total of 551 rules, which explain everything from the progression to the power system. But the truth is, these rules don't really explain anything. Hybrid is a chaotic mishmash of disjointed ideas and concepts that fail to work together, leaving the game completely unplayable. Of course, the large number of rules is a massive deterrent for most people, not to mention the horrendous, headache-inducing color scheme
Oh my
of
god.
the website.
Oh.
But even those who actually spend the time to read and decipher these rules have come to the conclusion that the vast majority of Hybrid is utter nonsense. For example, Matthew included countless mathematical equations in the rule set, but solving these equations often requires abbreviations like C2, DP, and LP, none of which are ever defined in the game. To make matters worse, some of the equations themselves are entirely made up and don't even adhere to basic mathematical principles. And as if that wasn't enough, the game is also riddled with odd tangents, like movie reviews and a brownie recipe, in case the players got hungry while reading the rules. Now, some people have tried to rationalize Matthew's intent behind creating these pages of utter chaos and nonsense, seeing this as a genuine attempt from someone with zero knowledge of game design. However, given the sheer oddity of this whole thing, that doesn't seem to be the case. Which leaves us with only two options to justify the existence of Hybrid. For starters, it's entirely possible that this whole thing is a massive troll. The author knows that 99% of his quote game doesn't make any
I'm getting
sense
a
and made
fucking
it just to
headache
confuse
listening
people
and watching this. I'm gonna fucking skip over it.
That's been too quiet too long.
with a degree in computer engineering
Bro looks like Weird Al.
I know.
But
Well,
also,
congratulations to him. He graduated high school.
and a master of computers from a young age, which resulted
it
in
was not
learning
high
the
school. I
assembly
think it was
programming
college or
language
something.
on a Commodore
Oh.
64 as a teenager.
Well,
He
it's
later
okay.
earned both a bachelor's degree in computer engineering and a master's degree in electrical engineering from
I mean, it
A
depends.
bachelor's and master's degree, so it was college stuff.
Oh.
Arizona State
Why are you
University
looking at
and
my
began
phone?
working for
Oreo.
Ticketmaster as a
Oreo.
programmer. He had a good
Please.
education, a steady job, and loving parents. Things were looking up
Where? Kitty.
for Terry. Unfortunately, by the time he turned 27, he started experiencing
Take
regular
Oh,
manic
damn,
episodes.
okay.
He was later diagnosed with bipolar disorder and schizophrenia.
I feel bad for him.
What happened?
He got diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder.
Oh, I know a friend who has schizophrenia.
Is that what you suffer from too sometimes?
No.
The latter of which became the driving force behind the project that made him famous, Temple
Almost
OS.
20 minutes.
You see, back in
Nice.
2003, he experienced a self-described revelation. In his words, God spoke to him and asked him to create a temple, which would later take the shape as an operating system. This operating system went through many names, including J Operating System, Sparrow OS, and Lose Those. Terry finally settled on the name Temple OS in 2013 and published his work for the world to see. The most impressive thing about Temple OS is that Terry spent a decade building it from scratch. It
A decade from scratch.
Of what?
Of this. Temple
Oh.
OS. That is mighty damn impressive. It'd probably take me 3 decades to get a fucking website running.
Game Temple OS in 2013 and
40
published
years
his work
old
for
by
the
that
world to
time.
see. The most impressive thing about Temple OS is that Terry spent a decade building it from scratch. It featured 119,000 lines of code.
119,000 lines of code.
That's solid. What?
Wow.
And every single one of them is written
Right.
This is also on a really, really old operating system.
Huh.
by Terry himself without relying on any existing libraries of code. And for an OS created by a single person, it's chock full of features, including his own programming language called Holy See and multiple games based around religion. Like After Egypt, which requires the player to travel to a burning bush which generates randomized text. Terry believed that this text was coded messages from God. However, while his programming skills remained sharp, his ability to grasp the reality around him kept getting weaker by the day. He would often go on
I remember him for some reason.
Who is he?
He just looks very familiar.
Then who is he?
I remember seeing one live stream of him, and he was like talking about something. Then he gets a call from a random viewer, and he is like, "Hello," and then it's just like weird noises like, and then it gets hung up on him, and he's just staring at it like, and it probably triggered his schizophrenia. Who knows?
incomprehensible rants with an unhealthy dose of slurs.
God, I hate Frasier. The CIA glow in the dark. You can see them if you're driving. You just run them over. That's what you do. The CIA.
He often posted similar rants on his Twitter
Wow. Okay.
account as well.
Huh?
However, among the madness, he would sometimes become lucid and say some extremely profound statements. What's reality? I don't know. When my bird was looking at my computer monitor, I thought, that bird has no idea what he's looking at. And yet, what does the bird do? Does he panic? No.
God, that's an old ass computer. I could tell by heart that's like Windows 7 or
Oh,
something.
he can't really panic. He just does the best he can. Is he able to live in a world where he's so ignorant? Well, he doesn't really have a choice. The bird is okay even though he doesn't understand the world. You're that bird looking at the monitor, and you're thinking to yourself, I can figure this out. Maybe you have some bird ideas. Maybe that's the best you can do. Unfortunately, his mental health took a devastating turn in December 2017. After refusing to take his medication, Terry got into a heated argument with his parents.
Well, I'm King Terry, and learned how to purify myself in a horribly impure environment. It's pretty rough living homeless and in a...
The confrontation pushed him to leave his home, and he spent the following months living on the streets, homeless and struggling. In September 2018, Terry's life came to a tragic end when he was involved in an accident with a train near an overpass in Portland. However, despite passing away over 6
He accidentally got killed by a train, I believe.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
years ago, Terry still has a dedicated fan base online that's willing to keep his
That fucking hairline, though.
What the fuck?
memory alive for decades to come.
Well, rest in peace to that legend. Well, schizophrenic legend, I should say.
You can ask me anything.
Schizophrenia is not a joke, fellas. It really isn't.
It isn't.
If you have medication for it, please. Only use it when the episodes are getting really bad.
Just use it, period, basically.
Yes, because you do not want to end up on the wrong side of the road, pretty much.
Oh yeah, basically, or if you're even going out in public, you don't want to, like, for example, if like a semi is coming after you, you don't want to think, oh, it's just my schizophrenia.
please, take care of yourselves. If you suffer from anything and you need to take medication for it, please use the medication.
I mean, if I say, please do, if you know you're gonna somehow go out, or just stay home.
Yeah, even still, take care of yourselves.
Please.
Chris Burden.
Who the fuck
Christopher
are you?
Lee Burden was an
I just love how we went from please take care of yourself to who the fuck are you?
family alive for decades to come. Chris Burden.
Who the fuck are you? 25 minutes. I've been recording.
Christopher Lee Burden was
Christopher Lee Burden
an American artist who began his work in the early 1970s. However, unlike many artists whose goal is to create something visually pleasing, Chris's art was more about the idea of personal danger as artistic expression, and this was apparent from the get-go. His first known art performance was at the University of California in 1971, where
this is his first art performance, where I think he locked himself inside this locker or something.
for his final thesis, he locked himself in a locker for 5 days.
That is correct. For 5 days.
How?
With nothing but a jug of water to
With nothing but a jug of water to drink and another jug to... Yeah.
drink and an empty jug to relieve
No
himself.
food?
His next big art piece was a picture of him with a pistol
Whoa.
aiming at an airplane. While he did get a visit from the FBI,
He got a visit from the FBI on this one, buddy.
Oh.
I would have no idea what that pistol is, but to me it looks like a Ruger or a Luger.
I'm sorry, he has a gun?
Yes.
Why is he shooting the plane?
He's not shooting the plane, he's just aiming at it.
Oh, God, okay.
He got a visit from the FBI on that.
Oh,
for this
yeah,
one, it was far from his most disturbing art pieces, because in 1972 he performed
1972.
what was later called TV Hijack, which
TV. Thank you very much.
involved him going on an interview on TV and then
Where did
holding
my
the
other
host
glove go?
Where is the glove? What other glove? Oh.
Do not eat my glove, you dumb fuck.
I will eat your glove, whether you like it or not. I actually don't know which one to go with.
You do that, I swear to God.
Well, don't point Navy at me. Hey, yo, what are you doing? He touching? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Someone help me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not in danger. I'm not in danger.
Fortunately, he explained to the terrified host that this was just an art piece and no one got hurt.
I am 100%
But
safe.
the most chilling thing about Chris's
No,
work
I'm not. I'm just kidding.
That is a fucking rifle.
Get down. She got a rifle. She's gonna shoot it at him, isn't she?
Yes. God damn it.
In his 1971 performance called Shoot, he gave his friend a
1971 art performance called Shoot.
Oh yeah, totally not dangerous at all.
rifle and told him to shoot him in the arm. Now, the idea was
he told the person holding the weapon to shoot him in the arm, but they were going to narrowly miss.
friend would barely graze his arm. However, he missed the mark and ended up shooting Chris clean through his arm, forcing him.
And she ended up doing it.
Clean through the arm, and also the other person's a dude.
Oh, I thought it
To
was
be
a
rushed to the
woman.
hospital. And while the pain in this performance was accidental, Chris has also done pieces where he gets hurt on purpose, like the 1974
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
performance called Transfixed. For this performance, Chris Burden crucified himself shirtless onto the back of a pale blue Volkswagen Beetle. With nails hammered through his palms, he remained
Nails through the palm?
I'm sorry, he has nails in his palm?
Yes.
Oh.
On the back of a fucking Volkswagen Beetle.
in that position as the car was driven slowly around his neighborhood. In his later years, he moved on to more traditional sculpture-based art. However, his willingness to put his life on the line for what he considered art is still unmatched. As for the meanings behind his many deeply unsettling performances, experts have yet to reach a consensus. It's unclear if his stunts had some genuine meaning behind them, or if many of them were just to say, look what I can do. But knowing Chris and his work, this is exactly how he'd want his...
him as a woman. No, go back.
To reach a consensus. It's unclear if his stunts had some genuine meaning.
Right there.
Yeah, I can kind of see it that they could look like the female species
Behind them, or if many of them were just to say, look what I can do. But knowing Chris and his work, this is exactly how he'd want his work to be remembered.
What are you doing?
Helping you
Try to let me up.
The Luna Park fire.
Lift my fat ass up. I dare you. I'm too heavy. I'm too fat.
Hold on. Careful.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
I will pull you down.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll take it down. I'm not gonna do it. I can remember, you're taller than me.
I can do. But
yeah.
knowing
might end up there.
No, don't touch me right there.
No, I said that I could end up there.
Chris and his work, this is exactly how he'd want his work to be remembered.
I'm sorry.
The Luna Park.
Excuse me, motherfucker, what?
Oh, I want to say the D word so bad, but I can't.
The Luna Park fire. Who the fuck is Luna, and why is there a park named after her?
There's a park on fire. Put it out. I'm just kidding.
On June 9th, 1979, at around 10 p.m., Sydney
park.
authorities received a call that would change the lives of many people forever. The ghost train ride at Luna Park was on fire, and dozens of people were stuck inside. The ghost train's signature feature was its dimly lit, winding tunnel, where riders were surrounded by special effects, including an imitation fire. For many inside, the
the fire is fake. It's not real.
I know, but still, that looks disturbing.
Because it is.
Flames ahead looked like a part
no
of the...
shit!
Also because it's in Australia.
Oh, makes sense.
No offense to any Australia viewers. We're not making fun of your country.
No.
Y'all are just kind of weird.
Oh, you can make fun of ours. If you know what country you're in.
A harmless illusion meant to thrill, but as they would soon learn, this fire wasn't part of the attraction, and by the time they realized the danger, it...
Goodness.
Oh my gosh.
was too late. People tried to find a way out, but the tunnel was pitch black, and the thick smoke made it impossible to breathe or see. With the ride's mostly wood construction, and with no sprinklers or fire safety in place, the flames just tore through everything. The ones that somehow managed to find the exit barely escaped with their lives. But their horrors didn't end there. 12-year-old survivor Jason Holman described the disturbing...
He looks like he's from a horror movie. Like, I recognize his face somewhere.
A little bit, yeah.
Disturbing sight he witnessed while standing outside the ghost train. He was waiting for his friends to come out from the ride as well, but what he saw instead were empty carriages rolling out of the tunnel completely on fire. This sight was even more haunting for Jenny Godson, who had come to the park with her husband John and two sons Damien and Craig on a family holiday. The family had spent the day enjoying the park's many attractions and had 4 tickets left at the end. The boys, aged 2 and 4, decided to spend these leftover tickets on the ghost train.
You wanna know the most fucked up part?
What?
They're 2 and 4. Those 2 kids. Years old.
Oh, wait, did they die?
Holiday.
I think so.
The family had
I'm
spent
not
the day
sure.
enjoying the park's many attractions and had 4 tickets left at the end. The boys, aged 2 and 4, decided to spend these leftover tickets on the ghost train.
They spent the last tickets on the
John went
train.
with them on the ride, while Jenny went off to get ice cream for the family. By the time she got back, the fire had already destroyed everything.
Country, I kind of because I'm afraid that
yeah,
they're gonna get on a ride and then next thing you know, something happens.
I'm pretty sure they did die.
Oh god. I was coming from the country and I came down here.
Let's take a moment of silence for those 2 unfortunate souls.
Oh, they did died.
Yes, because of the fire.
Oh. I was gonna say something like,
It hurts me.
it does to me too, because now I'm gonna be extremely overprotective of the little ones now.
I'm just overprotective of all my friends.
Okay, I get that on that. Yeah, I am too.
I'm here to share a night with my family, and my whole world just sort of fell to pieces.
Fire trucks rushed to the scene and spent hours trying to prevent it from spreading further. And while they managed to stop it before the whole park burned to the ground, it was already too late. In total, the fire had claimed the lives of 7 victims, 6 of which were children. The ride also
Took 7 victims.
They're all kids.
6 were little ones.
featured several life-size figures dressed up as the ground. It was already too late. In total, the fire had claimed the
That dude looks like he's fat.
Bruh.
I could tell because he got that damn double chin going.
Yeah,
lives
true.
of 7 victims, 6 of
also
which
have
were
a
children.
cat.
The ride also featured several life-size figures dressed up as ghosts. And when rescuers found these 7 victims, their bodies were so badly burned that paramedics found it difficult to distinguish them from the burned mannequins. Given the
They were burnt so bad, it was hard to tell from the mannequins.
unexpected nature of this fire, most people thought that it was arson.
What caused
However,
the
lead detective
fire?
People thought it was arson.
Doug Knight quickly shut down any speculation and claimed that it was nothing more than an unfortunate accident.
We're now satisfied that the fire was as a result of an electrical fault within the building.
Now, I have seen many paranormal theories that try to explain the fire. For
Now
instance,
they're
some believe
saying
that
that
since the ride was
something
themed
happened to
after ghosts, it resulted in actual ghosts gathering there in its tunnels and causing a fire. One of the victims, Damien Godson, also took this picture with a cowman earlier in the day, sparking the speculation that this mysterious masked man was the one who caused the fire, when in reality he was likely nothing more than a mascot.
He was probably just a mascot. But that is disturbing as hell.
The true cause of the Luna Park tragedy, however, is much scarier than any ghost or creepy cowman. It's human greed. You see, Detective Doug Knight ordered the demolition and cleaning of the site less than 12 hours after the fire was put out.
They wanted the site cleaned 12 hours after the fire.
Even if they had absolute proof that it was an accident, this was still highly unusual and extremely suspicious. However, the police stuck by their statement that the fire was caused by an electrical fault in the ride's building. 8 years later, in 1987, Australia's National Crime Authority reopened the investigation and discovered that the previous investigations were ineffective and inadequate. However, despite this revelation, the Luna Park case would remain a mystery for another 34 years. In 2021, journalist Carl Meldrum Hanna investigated the case and uncovered previously hidden evidence, including several key witness statements. According to Carl, the police went to great lengths to hide statements from people who mentioned smelling highly flammable kerosene before the fire.
The police hid the statements from people saying they smelled highly flammable kerosene.
Broke out. Some people also reported seeing several shady men walking the park. A teen even mentioned overhearing one of these shady men talking about starting a fire. Not only were these reports never investigated by the police, but these witnesses were also pressured to follow the electrical fault narrative that the investigators were telling the public. And Doug Knight was supposedly in on it the whole time. He was allegedly working for crime boss Abe Saffron, who was also...
Who the fuck is that?
A crime boss.
Oh!
He looks like he is one bad scream match away from popping a fucking hernia in his head.
Ugh.
So we could both arguably say we gave that dude the middle finger because Mob bosses fucking suck.
Known as Mr. Sin. He wanted to own the prime waterfront real estate the park was sitting on. And what better way to drive down its value than by reducing it to ashes? As a result of Caro's findings, the Australian government has now reopened the Luna Park investigation. They've also placed a $1 million reward for anyone with information that could help investigators reach the bottom of this case. Perhaps this will pave the way for a breakthrough, finally delivering justice to those 7 victims after half a century.
Well, that was 6 most disturbing internet rabbit holes from Chillin' Scares. And my Oprah just broke.
Wait, what?
I can't close it.
Oh, shit.
Okay, there we go.
Well, bye, y'all.
That was disturbing. Especially the spontaneous human combustion bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, ugh. What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is, yeah, that was the most disturbing shit of my life. And also, he tried to touch me. No, I'm just kidding.
No, the fuck I did. You're just saying that to make shit up.
Yeah, it's true. I am. I'm just kidding around. I'm just making a joke.
Okay, see y'all later. I'm gonna need to tell him to shut the fuck up soon, so goodbye.